Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking once again at the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet second reveal, specifically with the new information about the starters that has come to light that may give us some indication of their secondary typings, if any are present. That said, make sure to sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Okay, so this information was actually brought to my attention via a comment from user GameB9Oi, or Game Boy, I'm assuming, and essentially there's some updated blurbs on the Pokemon website regarding each of the starters that I missed. First, let's look at Fue Coco. Fue Coco is laid back and does things at its own pace. It loves to eat and will sprint towards any food it finds within a glint of its eye. Scales that absorb heat. External heat is absorbed by the square scales on Fue Coco's stomach and back. They're converted into fire energy. These scales are warm and oftentimes can grow very hot. Overflowing fire energy. Flickering atop Fue Coco's head is fire energy that is leaking from the inside of the Pokemon's body. When Fue Coco gets excited, its head spouts more flames. So, I've been someone who has said in the past that I think there is a chance we might see a Fire Dragon dual typing for Fue Coco. Now, I know some people have said that Fire Ghost is also a more viable option, and I also tend to agree with that as well. Its face and Ghost Pepper inspiration definitely give it that sort of ghost type feel, but its body does seem very Dino-esque, and with Pokemon, the Dragon type does also extend to dinos in some capacity when you think about something like Tyrantrum. To me, this isn't the biggest indicator in the world, but the fact that it said it has these square scales, which I mean, those don't really look like scales, but whatever, could indicate a dragon typing because reptilian Pokemon, dinosaurs, and dragons themselves tend to lean that way. A common argument I see against the dragon typing as a concept is that it would no longer be weak to water, making the counterpart's main stab not deal super effective damage, but I think a lot of people are forgetting about Empoleon not being weak to grass. Granted, it's still weak to the secondary stab of Torterra being ground, but I digress. Next, we got Quacksley's info. This serious-mannered Pokemon will follow in its trainer's wake. It's tidy and especially dislikes getting its head dirty. A glossy gel protects its body. Its body is always glossy because of the gel secreted by its feathers repels water and grime. The coif on its head is slicked back using a rich, moist cream and becomes unkempt when dry. It uses its strong legs to swim freely. It has strong legs and is able to swim without difficulty even in places with strong currents. In battle, it kicks its opponent swiftly and repeatedly. So here we see it's got some sort of gel that protects it from dirt, water, grime, etc. Perhaps we could see some sort of hidden ability that avoids certain types of moves, but the kicking portion at the end does give you that sort of fighting type vibe, with it having very strong legs and kicking its opponents in combat. That said, this could also not be the case because we see something like Cinderace being a kicker who basically does the same thing, but it's not fighting type. But then another counter argument to that, which I think would make sense, is, well, Cinderace is a soccer player, not necessarily a fighter, so while it can kick, it's not inherently a martial artist. With Quacksley being inspired by the Navy and thus someone who has trained in basic combat, a fighting type would actually make a lot of sense. And I think if they are going to do dual type, water fighting and water flying seem to be the two most feasible, and I really hope it doesn't become a water flying because we have enough of that. Finally, let's take a look at Spriggatito, who I don't really see any indication of a dual typing for in this blurb, unless moisture and kneading mean anything to you. Capricious and attention-seeking, it may sulk if its trainer is giving attention to another Pokemon other than itself, typical cat. A kneading move that releases a sweet aroma. When Spriggatito kneads and rubs its forepaws, a sweet aroma is released that can mesmerize those around it. This aroma has therapeutic qualities and makes opponents lose their will to battle. Fur with a similar composition to plants. The composition of its fluffy fur is similar to that of plants, letting it create energy by absorbing sunlight. It adds moisture to its fur by grooming itself, which aids in its ability to photosynthesize. So nothing too crazy here. If you guys have any particular ideas as to what this could hint at, whether it be a hidden ability or secondary type, definitely let me know down below. I do think that the idea of these aromas mesmerizing and potentially confusing opponents could give it a lean to either fire or psychic. It being sort of fluffy and cute definitely makes me feel that fairy typing could be a thing, but I wouldn't say this is strong evidence by any means. more a hunch. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I wanted to go over these 3 starters because, hey, there seems to be slight nods to what could potentially indicate a secondary type, or could just completely have nothing to do with anything, and that's that. We don't really know until the game either comes out, or it's revealed via the Pokemon company themselves, or data mined, or whatever, so we'll just have to stay tuned. That said, if you are a Pokemon fan and want to stay up to date on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news, or you're just a fan of monster taming games in general, definitely subscribe to my channel because I put out new monster taming videos every single day. You can also check out my Twitter, my Discord, my Patreon, all links below. Special thanks to my patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, Steel Case, Dark Persona, and Dro Ghost, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.